Very good afternoon to our sports fans. You're welcome to the show. My name is Sopri Godwin Jaja. We're trying to relive the 1994 era, and of course we'll look at the Super Eagles and we'll look at Enyimba's chances of progressing to the next round of the African Confederations Cup. Also the Super 6 Rivers Angels bouncing back after drawing their first two matches. They are now top in that group. Of course, I have two wonderful guests with me in the house. Eval Edu, Garden City. Eval, you're welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. Nice to always be here every Saturday to talk sports. Interesting times for the Jewels of Rivers, who have picked themselves up in the right moment, to get a ticket for the Waffle B qualifiers of the inaugural CAF Women's Champions League. Nice to be on the show and happy weekend to everyone.
And Eval, and of course, Kalumba, ex-Enyimba player, played for Enyimba many times. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you. We're happy to be here to give you the support on the analysis.
Well, we'll start with Enyimba because your team lost 1-0 to Al Ahly Benghazi on Thursday.
Exactly.
Let's start with Enyimba and your chances. Can Enyimba, you think anything can happen? You have to play Orlando Pirates the next time?
Yes, exactly. Because if you watch, you see that group is still very open. Even Orlando Pirates does not have that 100% chance of qualifying because you can see the points on the table.
Okay, let's stay on that caption. Let's stay, if the only can give us that caption, let's stay on the Enyimba group. That's what the group looks like. Eval, let me stay with you. Orlando Pirates, Al Ahly Benghazi, Enyimba, Setif. Is it over for any of them?
It's open for all four teams in the group. Maybe apart from Orlando Pirates, who have already sealed their place.
No, I disagree with you
Orlando
because
Pirates have already sealed their place.
Listen,
they really haven't.
Discussing about this one.
At least Orlando Pirates will finish at least second. There's no how.
If Enyimba beat Orlando Pirates stays on 9 points.
Yes.
How about if Setif or Benghazi wins? If Benghazi wins, Benghazi goes on 10 points.
Okay, so that's the only reason why Orlando Pirates could be out. But I don't see Benghazi beating Setif.
Why?
Because it's a game, it's a massive game, and that game we played in Setif.
Yeah.
So there's all to play for in this group. So there's no need of saying maybe Enyimba is out or Benghazi is out. Even Setif can qualify on the final day. And they play at home. So
if Setif wins, they go. Let's look at the Eval. If Setif wins, they go on 8 points.
Yes, and same number of points as
Benghazi
in
goes
case
out.
Enyimba wins, that means Setif win will have no value. But if Setif do win, and Enyimba fail to win against Orlando Pirates, they go ahead to qualify second in that group, and it will be very shameful for Benghazi.
Who go ahead to qualify second?
Will qualify second in that group because if Enyimba fails to win against Pirates,
Enyimba just have to win.
Enyimba have to win. A draw is not good enough for them. They'll be out because
exactly
1 point behind Al Ahly Benghazi.
Yeah, that's true.
A better goal difference and so on and so forth. I watched that game on Thursday night, and I must tell you it was disappointing to say the least. Yes, it was a much more improved performance, judging from their first 2 away games against Pirates in Soweto and Setif in Setif. They had a little bit of more control. They made it very compact and very tight for the opponents to explore the spaces and create chances. But a goalkeeping howler from John Noble was the undoing of the team in the 40th minute, and that was the only goal that decided that particular encounter. And a red card came in the 74th minute. Timothy Danladi failing to clear his line, and when his pocket was picked, he went ahead and put in a rash tackle, a straight red for Enyimba. And to compound their woes again, Captain Osman Ladakwa will not be in the game against Orlando Pirates because he got a yellow card in that game, got injured in the 53rd minute, and is suspended for the last game. So it's a mountain for Enyimba to climb as we can speak right now because they must win against Pirates, who have not tested defeat in the whole of their group game. So it's going to be very, very tough.
Carlo, is it crisis time in Enyimba? Is it right for us to ring the alarm bells in Enyimba?
Well, there's nothing God cannot do. And yes, we put all your hope and trust in God.
Yes.
Don't be surprised there might be magic that day. Don't be surprised there might be 2 instant red cards for Orlando Pirates. That's why I say we put our hope and trust in God. But I'm not counting Enyimba out because football is unpredictable.
Nobody saying Enyimba is out, but just that they have a bleak chance.
Yes, football is unpredictable. Anything could happen. As we are crying for injuries for Enyimba players, we are not there. Orlando Pirates might have same issues, but it's not going to be announced. So you don't write Enyimba off because just like my colleague said, that group is still very open. It's very open. And remember, Enyimba has never lost in their home match in this campaign. In this table, they've not lost in home match. So history will always repeat itself. So watch Enyimba, they will beat Orlando Pirates.
Unfortunately, that game will not be played in Nigeria.
I was going to ask you, has it been confirmed that the match will not be played in Aba?
It's been confirmed. The Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 turned down Enyimba's appeal and request to play the game at the Elephant Park in Aba. So the game will be played in a neighboring country, maybe Benin Republic or Ghana or Cameroon. And with that, it's technically home away from home for Enyimba International due to the COVID-19 restrictions. It's a very sad one because Enyimba has made the Barclays Stadium a fortress for themselves. But when you look at Orlando Pirates, look at the quality, they've played every team and they've not been beaten by any. Not even the North Africans have been.
But you know the problem is that South Africans have, when it comes to Nigerian clubs, even when Sundowns were playing here, Lobby Stars beat them last year in the CAF Confederations Cup, the CAF Champions League. If I remember, Lobby Stars did beat Sundowns. So the Nigerian clubs against South African teams, they have sort of psychological advantage.
Not really, because we've seen Enyimba fall to Sundowns, and even the game against Orlando Pirates in the first leg, it was all even until the last minute of the game when the South Africans got a goal through a corner kick that was headed into the back of the net. They even missed the penalty in that game. They dominated play from start to finish. Enyimba has not had a good away game. Apart from the game against Benghazi, they've had very poor outings away from home. So against Benghazi, they were able to put together some strings of passes. They didn't create much up front.
What Jaja is trying to let you understand that if you come to say, you say that these people are our wives. South Africans are our wife. You understand? We cannot marry them 100% because you start having doubts what's going on. So we have that chances of 80-20 marrying them. So I tell you the gospel truth.
That's for the Super Eagles.
Yes, Nigeria as a whole. Call it Nigeria, not Super Eagles. The Super Eagles is in Nigeria, right? So watch it. Enyimba will pull surprises.
Let's start with Enyimba. Let's stick around with Enyimba. Your former club.
Exactly.
They left very late. They left Wednesday night.
Yes.
The match was to be played on Thursday morning.
10 p.m.
On Thursday 10 p.m. This is not the first time. Against Setif, they also had that same problem. Traveling late.
Yeah, you can see that in Enyimba, especially this season, there's logistic problem.
There is money problem. Can we say money problem?
What is money? Money is logistics. It's money you use in financing logistics. So they have logistic problem. But if we call it finance, it's going to be a dent on Enyimba. So we call it logistic problem. It could be anything. Yes, there is, but they try and see how they could make it up. And I tell you, it has been hindering their performance in the game.
Able to pick himself whenever he's been down. I remember the game against Pirates. He came out too fast for a cross. He misjudged it, flopped his line, and Enyimba considered the first goal of that game. In that same game, he made about 3 or 5 saves, that had kept Enyimba into the game until they considered that late goal. The game against Setif, where he considered 3 goals in Setif, he saved the penalty. He did a double save, point blank, saves that made it into the CAF saves for that week, for that match day 4, the CAF highlights. He was there, so he's been picking himself up. But the thing is, we don't want to see this become a regular occurrence for him.
Yeah, but Eva, you don't write that young man off. He's a very good goalkeeper. You remember Ganaro invited him in the Super Eagles, and he played so well. So let's not write him off. But like I said, every day cannot be your day. So let's not judge him.
Okay, let's move to the other stories we have. The Super 6 is our next spot of call because Rivers Angels kick the bounce back, they beat Bayelsa Queens 4-0. Let's quickly look at what the Super 6 looks like, shall we? And then we'll look at female football. Only let's look at the Super 6 and then we can start. This is the table. This is the current table. Rivers Angels, on Wednesday, if we can blow it up a little bit, on Wednesday I will discuss with Carlo here, and he said Rivers Angels. I don't want to say that, but he said Rivers Angels were out of the game. But this is it different. This is Rivers Angels now topping that group. The Delta Queens are second, FC Robo is third, Sunshine Queens, Bayelsa Queens, Edo Queens. So Bayelsa Queens and Edo Queens, I think they're out of this race. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a good day. Come Monday, I think they should be kicking
tomorrow Rivers Angels.
The game is played tomorrow, but the team returns on Monday, so they should be celebrating on Monday.
Yeah.
Coming back with the tickets to be part of the WAFU B regional qualifier. That 2 teams from that group from the region will pick the tickets to the inaugural edition of the CAF Women's Champions League. Like Riley put it, football is unpredictable. Just
Thank you.
That would say every time. the team didn't start on the good note. They drew their first game against FC Rebel Queens 1-1. They drew goalless against Delta Queens, a disappointing game where they even missed a penalty. But they picked themselves up against Bielsa Queens and Sunshine Queens, winning those games by 4-0. So their last game is against Edo Queens.
No. Their last game is against Sunshine Queens. Tomorrow.
So Sunshine Queens have 7 points.
That's still in the game.
And also have the likelihood of qualifying. So it's winners takes it all. Don't forget, Delta will also take on, I think they take on FC Robo Queens.
Yeah. That's a tough one, Robo Queens.
Very tough game. So River St. Just have picked the form on the right time.
Yeah.
They have been motivated enough. They got the commissioner for sports and youth development, Bomaya, is currently in Ijebode. So he's motivating them. I even heard rumors that the governor might be there tomorrow to see this particular game.
How much is in place now, as usual? I don't know if the governor will be giving 20 million or 50 million for the guests.
Not yet.
I think they
gave them 300k, right?
That was for the win against Bielsa Queens.
Yeah.
That was just for something to motivate the girls.
Yeah.
But I think more will come from the coffers of the government because the girls have given a good account of them. So it would have been a very disastrous campaign if they didn't end up picking or being in the race for the CAF Women's Champions League. So I hope and I believe that with what they've been able to do in their last 2 matches, the confidence is up, the determination is there, the support and motivation from the backroom staff and the state government is also there.
But look at Delta Queens, they came with NFL president, they came with all the big lords. I mean, Amaju Pinnick was there, Delta State FA president was there, Solomon Oba was there, and so you look at this Delta Queens side, properly motivated.
Well, they were properly motivated and they are not doing badly. 8 points, tied on the same points with River St. George and only down based on an inferior goal difference. They've given a good account of themselves.
Eva, like you said earlier, I agree with you. My people said you can't know how the market will trade like in the morning till evening period. You can say this market went well. That was exactly that happens to River St. George.